Hey everyone, just bringing a video to give you a rundown of the program. So how to read the program, the reasoning behind the format and things like that, just to give you a bit more detail. So what you're looking at now is day one of your program. So I'll just quickly go through to the second, third, and then down in the bottom here you'll see session 4 as well. So I'll explain that. So essentially you've got 4 sessions for the program. So it's going to run over 4 weeks and you're going to repeat these sessions each week. So what's going to change over those weeks is obviously what weight you can select for it. And 4 weeks is a good time to stick with the same program for a 4 week period, and then we'll change the program then for our next cycle as such. So it'll be 16 total workouts to complete over the next 4 weeks. And the workouts will always have the same format in that they will always start with mobility work. So your warm up, your prehab, and some foam rolling just to loosen out the body and make sure that we stay injury free. So that will come in a separate video for the foam roll and warm up. The actual structure then and layout of each session will have a similar structure then too. So I'll explain that now. So strength block 1 is going to be your first strength workout, or your first block of the day when you go into this workout. So strength block 1 is going to be all these exercises in the blue headings, and you're going to complete strength block 1 4 times. So that's 4 rounds. So in each exercise, and this will be the format right the way through, strength block 1 is where we place most of the emphasis. This is where you're going to be doing the most difficult exercises. This is where you're going to be lifting the most weight. And these are exercises that are going to focus on large movements and movements that use a lot of muscle groups, so more bang for our buck. So if you were to only complete strength block 1 and had to go home for some reason, it's still a good workout. And that's where we put our focus on. Now the format will always be the same, in that you'll always have a lower body exercise, an upper body exercise, a core exercise, and some cardio. So the reason for that is it's a total body focus. We want to attack every area of the body, make sure we're getting an equal workout for each part. Now the reason why we put the cardio in the actual rounds in the blocks is to keep our heart rate up and keep the intensity of the workout high. So we can often go in and maybe dilly-dally and go on our phone or whatever in the gym, and then 3-4 minutes has elapsed and your heart rate's come down and the intensity of the whole workout has come down. We want to keep people moving, keep the intensity high, keep you honest during the 4 rounds. So a round is essentially a go through of each exercise. So for round 1, you're going to do your dumbbell step up, which is going to be 6 reps each side. You're going to do 10 push-ups, you're going to do your bear crawls, then you're going to jump on any machine for 15 calories. That can be your elliptical, treadmill, rower, bike, whatever it is. It's a standard unit. And then you're going to go back up to the start and go through again for round 2. So if you click on any of the exercise names, it will bring you to a YouTube video of me demonstrating the exercise. So the format of the program is all PDF, so even if you're on your mobile and you're stuck for an exercise you can't remember, you can click through and bring it through to a YouTube video. When you first get onto the workouts, and maybe click through and have them just to have a look at technique, so that you're familiar with the actual exercises. So 4 rounds on strength block 1. Rest in between rounds can be about 45 seconds to 60 seconds in between rounds. We want to try and minimize any rest as much as possible between exercises. So we want you going straight from your step ups into your push ups, keeping that heart rate high, same onto your bear crawl. Rest between strength block 1 and 2 can be upwards, maybe about 2 minutes for that total rest. It might go a little bit longer between setting up the next station. So it can be upwards of 2 minutes into 3-4 minutes. There's no major issue there, but the quicker the better. So we want you working hard, keep the intensity up, and these workouts you should be in and out from start to finish in an hour. 3 rounds on strength block 2, same format. So you're going to start with your stir the pot, reverse lunge into your hand walk, and then back to the start again for round 2. Strength block 2 is going to be exercises that use smaller muscle groups, some core work exercises that support these bigger exercises over here. So it can look different on each day in terms of the setup. After you've completed that round, you're going to go on to your finisher, which is down here, which is Tabitha on day 1. So that is a protocol that you can do on a bike, on a treadmill, on a row machine. and it's 8 rounds of 20 seconds all out effort. So 20 seconds on, followed by 10 seconds off, which is going to be a rest period. So the 20 seconds on has to be so hard that you need those 10 seconds off. And now from start to finish, this will take 4 minutes. So you start on 0, you all out for 20 seconds, 10-second rest, and when the clock hits the 30-second mark, you're going again for 20 seconds. This is a very tough one. It's going to be getting your heart rate through the roof, keeping intensity really high, but it'll only last 4 minutes and then you're done. Then cool down in phase 1 recovery, which is based on your nutrition. Then on to day 2, which is upper body blast. Going to follow the same format in terms of a lower body, an upper body, a core, and some cardio, which is going to be 50 jumping jacks this time, which sound or look like an easy exercise, but when you've done 3 strength exercises already and your heart rate is up, it's going to be tough. And come round 4, you're going to be doing up to between 150 to the 200 mark on jumping jacks, so they become tough as they get going. Then you have a plank with shoulder tap, some curl and press, and anti-rotation press. So again, the videos are there if you need them. They're all upper body ones for that upper body blast. The finisher on day 2 is going to be 30 burpees, and that's for time. So you're going to be completing this workout 4 times over the month. So you should have a time for that 30 burpees each week. We should see that time go down, all going to plan. I don't mind if you go chest to ground or if you don't go chest to ground on that once it's consistent over the 4 weeks. So you're just going to start the clock and go as quickly as you can to get that done. Day 3 is going to be bum and thumb, so we're going to be looking at lower body, some glute exercises, so goblet squat, chin up or pull down. So chin ups can be done assisted with bands or some of the machine assisted, or we can just go for a lat pull down. Body saw, which is going to be core, 15 calories, any machine again. Strength block 2 is going to be pillar to plank, hamstring curl, and plank with hip flexion. So working through our movement, through our core stability, legs, glutes, bum, thumb, and then your finisher on day 3 is going to be 60 calories for time on any machine. So elliptical is probably one of the better ones for this one, but that can be done on a row machine, elliptical bike, whatever you want, treadmill. Again, as long as you stay consistent over the 4 weeks, so we can measure that time. So the key on this is we're going to be tracking what weight you use each day. You're going to be tracking the times you get for your finishers. So if we're not assessing, you're essentially guessing. So after the 4 weeks, we can say that you have definitively got stronger. This was the weight you were using on day 1 compared to day 16. This was the times you've done, etc. So cool down phase 1. Session 4, just down here on the bottom, which doesn't get its own page, but session 4 is going to be 60 minutes steady state cardio. So what that is it's going to be a less intensive session. It's going to break the week up, give the body a bit of recovery, and 60 minutes steady state cardio is going to be whether you want to cycle, run, jog, whether that can be anything. If you play any other sport or you do any other activity, this can be that session as well. RPE, which is down here, 7 out of 10. So RPE is rate of perceived exertion. So if you're doing exercise and I ask you out of 10, how do you feel in terms of effort, and you say 5, your RPE will be 5 out of 10. So I want people to be at about a 7 out of 10 on this day. So it's not all out, and I don't want people going too hard on this day, but it's not a light jog either. So it's about that 7 out of 10 effort rate. So any questions, just let us know. We want to be able to personalize this and adjust it as much as possible for people. If there are any other questions on exercises or anything like that, be sure and just let us know. And yeah, thank you for listening, and best of luck with the workouts. We'll be here to help and track everything as we go.